This is Anna, Soul Embrace Tarot, and this is the interpretation of the Stichomancy divination that I did for Nicola. This was just a spur of the moment thing that I did yesterday. And by the way, some people pronounce it Stichomancy, others pronounce it Stichomancy. I prefer Stichomancy just because that's what I prefer. So I don't know which one is correct necessarily, but yeah, that's how I pronounce it. And it's basically using books as a divination tool. And you can develop your own method of doing it. I used to do these a lot more often, and then of course, as distractible as I am, when I find something new, I immediately go to the new thing and I leave things behind, and then I forget to come back to them. But this is a lot of fun. Now I prepare myself like I prepare for a reading. I try to be calm and focused and, relaxed and all of that stuff. And I'm surrounded by books. I have a lot of books that have been read, books that are to be read, books that I have purchased for the purpose of junk journaling, all of that stuff, right? And they've come from different places. So I have a stack of about 6 books here to my left. And when I decided that I wanted to do, I just was inspired. I'm like, oh, let me do one of these for Nicola. Let me see what comes out. I was drawn to this book. It's called Lying Out Loud. And I think I got this book at Dollar Tree because I took all of the pages out because I was going to use them I am going to use the cover for a junk journal eventually. So the pages are all loose, and so I decided to focus. I knew that I wanted to have a message about Nicola, not for her, but about her, related to her. And so all of this is with my eyes closed, by the way. I feel through the pages now. If the book has the pages still attached, it's still the same process. I just intuitively allow myself to kind of feel. And by the way, this is a book also that I have not read. It doesn't really matter if you've read it or not, I don't think, as long as you're doing it on an intuitive level. So I did this, and then at some point I felt like I should stop. And then these pages are loose, and right now I have my eyes closed, by the way. I'm not doing, because I'm gonna interpret this one. I was focused on Nicola's energy. So then I picked the page that I had been drawn to with my eyes closed. I kind of feel, because now they have a front and a back side. I felt to see which side I was drawn to. And then I hear it in my head. You can feel it. You can, however it happens, I don't know. I suppose everybody is different. If, let's say, it was the back side, I would flip it, and then I would read the whole thing. And there's different ways of doing this. If in the past I had done it for a couple of people, just in an informal way, just as a fun thing to practice. For one person, I said, here, you take the page, and then you have something in mind that you want an answer to, or that you're thinking of, or want guidance or something. Well, you'll be drawn to something, and and then they read the page. Of course, they're probably going to read the other side of the page, but whatever they're drawn to, there's probably a message in there for them. Now, the book doesn't have to be a spiritual book. It can be anything. There's also bibliomancy, which I have also done and will do. But that's more, that's a more in-depth message, because the Bible, has more in-depth messages. And I tend to be drawn to the Psalms only, but I've used the entire Bible before too, so I'll be showing you one of those too as well. Anyway, so yeah, what I like to do in this case, because I'm thinking of a message about a person, and it's not a specific question that someone has asked me, I go through and I read, and like I did here for Nicola, I crossed out things that didn't feel, and this is all intuitive, okay? I feel that it may require some practice for you to get a good feel of how to do it. Look up how to do it. There's, I'm sure, a gazillion different ways of doing this. This is just how I, do it. I've also written poetry this way. Yeah. But it's all intuitive. Even the poetry is intuitive. I block out, I read lines that I like, that I'm drawn to, and I cross out the ones that I'm not. Holy shit, like this one's, you see, this one's feeling like a Luke message for me, but I'm gonna, I have been thinking about Luke all day and wanting to do one for him, and this is so funny because now I'm looking at this and it feels like a Luke message, so maybe I'll do that now. Yeah, okay. That's so funny. I said, I did one for Nicola, now I should do one for Luke, and I've been thinking about it all day, but I've been doing other things. Anyway, there you go. That's, how the magic happens, right? Okay, so let me read to you what came through for me. So this gave me the vibe that she has a friend who she's very close to. In this story, it seems, and like I said, I haven't read this book, but it comes through as it's a roommate of this person, of this character. And so anyway, I'm gonna read it, okay? I put the picture, so I'm sure most of you read it already. I have to pick, and then I crossed out the name, because the name here is Ryder. That's actually now really funny. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually pretty damn funny. Ryder. Okay, I don't know. It's just my brain. So I have to pick. So Ryder for me was Luke. So this is like a message that came through as if it's something from the future, okay? Yeah. I have to pick Luke up. So I'm going to substitute Ryder for Luke, okay? I have to pick Luke up in a few minutes. And then the friend says, why isn't he picking you up? And she says, got to challenge those gender norms. Now tell me that that's not a Nicola statement. She's so, is the word progressive? I don't know what the word would be. We know, okay? We know. So I put an asterisk on it because that really caught my attention as to, yeah, I'm tapping into a Nicola's energy here. And then, Nicola, I'm gonna define it, okay? The character is Nicola versus the friend versus Luke. So these are the three characters here. Have fun with your applications. Don't wait up, darling. That's Nicola saying to the friend, good luck with something that she's working on. But I found the word applications interesting. I don't know why exactly. That to me implied apps. So I don't know. I haven't really delved in too much into that, but it caught my eye. Like the friend is doing something online, and then she says to the friend, "Don't wait up, darling." And the friend said, "Yeah." Her voice was quiet as I headed out the bedroom door. That part isn't necessarily important. But then she said, "You have fun too." And that came out to me as in a sarcastic tone. So then this part is all Nicola explaining what the relationship is with Luke, is how I interpret it. And it comes through as a secret rendezvous. I may have begun my relationship with Luke with limited kissing, but I was most certainly making up for lost time. For the next few weeks, Luke and I could hardly keep our hands off each other. We were making out in his car, in mine, at his house, occasionally in the hallways. And then here it says at school. I crossed it out because I was thinking in the hallways of where they're filming, like, you know, in the hallways of the studio where they're filming. All I wanted to do was lean forward and press my lips into his neck. Oh, God. Okay. I had a feeling. So now this is another name that comes through, another character. And it's, I got the vibe that it was like a director or one of the people that are in charge, right? I had a feeling that Mr. Blank wouldn't take too kindly to that, to her pressing her lips into his neck. There was only one thing that could distract us from kissing when we were alone together. Now, what that one thing is, I don't know, right? There was only one thing that could distract us from kissing when we were alone together. We're not making out to... Now, this I also found interesting. It says a song here. I crossed it out because the name of the song isn't important, but we know how important songs are for Nicola. And so she's like, "We're not making out to that song," I said, turning my head so that Luke's lips hit my jaw instead of my mouth. We were horizontal in the back seat, parked out beneath some trees on the hill. Luke's car may have been fancier and cleaner, but mine boasted a larger back seat. Sorry, I thought that was so cute. I mean, it's short and sweet, right? It's short and sweet. Anyway, I don't know. This is the type of message that this is. I was not drawn to the back. I didn't bother reading the back. I only work on the page that intuitively I feel drawn to, and so that's where I end it. Because if not, I'll go through the whole book. I mean, really, the point is to get a focused message or a response to a question that you have. You can do this for yourself. A focused response, right? To a question that you may have or something that you may want some guidance. It will most probably be in the page that you are drawn to. Keep your eyes closed, use your intuition. All right, since I'm here, let's look at this page that I feel is about Luke. So, oh my goodness, hold on. Oh, there's 2 pages here. But I'm not doing 2 pages, I'm doing only 1. So it doesn't matter. Hold on. Okay. This is so great. Oh my gosh, that's pretty. I love doing this. It's so much fun. Everything I do is fun. Let's face it. Okay, so this feels like this is about Luke. Okay, it feels like this is a phone conversation. They're at a distance, and he's saying to her, if I were there, I would lie on the bed next to you and pull you into my arms. And she's nervous during this conversation, and she's like being like a little jokey because she's nervous. You know when you say stupid things when you're nervous. And she says, I'm actually on the couch right now. And he's like, are you trying to make this difficult for me? He's admitting something to her. He's trying to have a conversation with her, opening up his feelings. And she says, no, sorry, continue. And then he says, then I would kiss your neck. And she laughs out of nervousness. And he says, you seem unsure about that, like basically saying you don't think I would want to do that. And then he says, you make me nervous. I'd be nervous if I were there with you. And she's saying this like a message, an internal message. I felt my heart pound harder. There was something so sweet about him saying that, about this snobby, confident Luke admitting he'd be nervous if we were alone together. And then Nicola says, I'd be nervous too. And then at the end here, I crossed all this out, but then there's this phrase jumped out at me saying our fledgling romance. So this is the beginnings of a connection between them that starts in conversation, probably while at a distance, just little flirty kind of conversation. So I'm leaving it there. I don't know if you enjoyed this type of thing. I enjoyed it tremendously. Immensely, I was going to say, and then I made it into a different word. If you'd like me to do more of these, I would be happy to. They're fast and they're fun, and and I could do them about different people. It doesn't have to be Luke or Nicola. It could be anyone else, but it needs to be a focused, I guess, because I'm familiar with them and their energy, so that's why it's easier for me to do it. If I'm not familiar with someone, it needs to be a question. There needs to be a question so that we can find the answer. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoyed it tremendously. And anyway, that's it. Sorry. Brain fart. I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching. My soul embraces yours. Until next time, stay blessed. Bye-bye.